Are chickens expensive and hard to care for? Coming up next. During this video, see if y'all can count how many times I said the word I think I said it probably 50 to 75 times in this video. I had to laugh at myself about it. Gotta work on that. All right, y'all, so I had a lot of subscribers asking about my chickens, so I decided to do a video. And these right here are my Isa Brown hens, and these are laying hens. And the question, are they expensive and hard to take care of? And my answer is no, they are not expensive, and they are very easy to care for. So right now we're gonna start off, we're gonna feed them. And my daily routine, I'm gonna go ahead and break down my daily routine of how I care for the chickens. So I have a omelet igloo chicken coop, and you don't have to get an expensive chicken coop. You can build one. You can use a dog kennel, any kind of small enclosure, and they'll be okay. But my normal daily routine is I move the chicken coop to a fresh spot where there's fresh grass at, so that they can peck and scratch and do their chicken thing. They eat the grass, and they do the chicken scratching and eat little bugs and insects. So I do that after I move them. Then I give them fresh water and give them some feed. So right now I'm gonna go ahead and give them some feed. So there's different kind of chicken food that you can get for your chickens. I give my chickens all kind of different feed, but let's see what we got here. You have oh, sorry about that. So you have pellets, and then you have crumbles, but it's all different kind of food that you can feed your chicken. It's no particular brand that I get whatever's on sale, but just depend on what you're trying to get the chickens to do, if you got meat birds or if you have laying hens. But they have the crumbles, and then they have the whole pieces too. But I like to give them worms. They need a lot of protein because they're laying eggs, so they have to have that protein in order to be able to keep laying the eggs for you. I like to give them some grit, and the grit helps with their poop. So good digestion with the grit, because if not, they'll have the runny poop, and they get what's called chicken butt, and you don't want your young chickens to get chicken butt. So you give them grit, and that helps their poop kind of harden up. I also like to give them some scratch every now and then. That promotes them doing their natural habitat thing. And then plus, when I get some land and I do some do my garden on the ground, then I can take the chicken tractor right over a spot, and they'll use the bathroom, and they'll scratch it all up, and they'll start turning into some good soil. Okay, so this right here is what's called diatomaceous earth, and this right here is good for your chickens when they start getting a little older. I give them this right here, and this helps prevent them getting worms. And so all I do is I mix it in their food. So like this bag right here, I open it up and I'll dump some diatomaceous earth in it, mix it all up, and that helps with preventing worms in your chickens. And you always want to make sure it's 100% when you're getting the diatomaceous earth. All right, so like I said, I'm gonna go ahead and just give them their feed. First, I want to just show y'all how gentle they are. So as you can see, let me get this camera adjusted for y'all. They are a very, very gentle breed. You know, Every now and then they'll peck on your finger if you stick it in there because they think you got some food, but if not, I mean, they're very gentle, easy to care for. A great first chicken. These are the, I think I had, we had, what was it? Our first two chickens were a black sex link, I think it's called, and then what was the name? A buff Orpington. That was the first two that we had. And this is the second set of chickens we have, and like I said, these are Isa Browns, and just a real gentle breed. But I'm gonna go ahead and get them fed, and then we'll go from there. All right, you see they are chowing down, but that's my morning routine. I move the chickens so they can get some fresh grass. I go ahead and give them some feed, and I don't put a lot of feed in there. Now, if I was to go and be gone for a couple of days, you know, or on vacation or something, then I fill the food all the way up, and then I'll fill the water all the way up. But I don't fill it up. I don't fill the water all the way up, and I don't feed the food all the way up, because I give them fresh water pretty much every day, and then I give them fresh food every day, because they can just eat the grass. You don't have to buy the expensive bags of food. You can just get grass, and then you can get what's called the grub worms. So over here, I'm gonna show you right quick. I got a spot of grass that I always let grow up, and come and get them fresh grass and stuff like that. So now that summertime's coming, the yard is growing, so I can move them around. They'll be able to get more fresh grass. But if not, I just let this whole section in here grow up. So as you can see right here, I let all this grow up right here, and the chickens love this stuff. So I just come and just rip all this up. And like I say, this is free. So I just get the grass and the weeds, and the chickens love it. So like I said, you don't have to always buy those expensive bags of food. You can just move them around there, get fresh grass, and then they will eat on that, and then they will scratch. But as you can see, look, they're ready for it already. So I'm going to open up the coop and give it to them. All right, and so you can also get what's called grub worms. I don't have any big grub worms because I already got them, but if you have bricks, a compost bin, something sitting on the ground, stacks of wood, and you lift it up under that wood and stuff, it'll be grub worms. But the big ones I already gave to my chickens, so I'm gonna see if it's gonna be something up under here. Okay, there you go. So see that right there? You see that right there? That's a baby grub worm, but they would get big. They would get probably about the size of my finger right there. And look, there's another one right there. Hard to see, but you lift up old bricks or compost bins, and you can get those grub worms, and you give them to them, and that's like a free snack for them. So when it comes to eggs, we got our hens in July, and they started laying in December, closer to the end of December. And since we had them, and since they started laying, we get an egg every single day. So since they started laying in December, I have gotten an egg from every one of these hens every single day since December. And when I had the 4 hens, I was getting 4 a day, but now that I have the 3, because one of my hens was killed by a chicken hawk, I now get 21 eggs a week. So one thing you need to watch out for when you have your backyard chickens is the predators. So you need to make sure that you have chicken wire and predator-proof fencing, because you got animals and stuff that like to dig up under there, and they'll dig up under the coop and end up killing your chickens. So some of the predators are dogs, cats, raccoons, possums, and chicken hawks. I originally had 4 chickens, and I ended up losing 1 to a chicken hawk. So that's why I can't free range them. I have to keep them in an enclosure, because there's like a family of chicken hawks out here where I stayed, and I'm talking probably like 5 or 6 chicken hawks. And every now and then they'll circle over the top, and sometimes they'll land in the fence and try to walk up on the coop. So you definitely want to watch out for predators. All right, y'all, so another thing you want to be aware about when owning backyard chickens is bird flu. You definitely want to do your research up on bird flu. And it's a disease that birds can get: chickens, wild birds, waterfowl, which is like ducks and different birds and stuff that fly around and migrate. But bird flu can get you sick, and then to get the chicken sick. So you definitely want to be aware about that, and try to as best as you can keep your chickens away from waterfowl and just wild birds, period. Not all wild birds have it, but you know, ducks and all can fly somewhere else and come in contact and get it, and they can spread it to your chickens. So to the best of your ability, just try to keep your chickens away from all kind of wild birds. And when you're dealing with the chickens, make sure when you're done, you wash your hands real good and don't be eating around them. And just, you know, practice good hygiene. I'm trying to make sure I can cover pretty much all the topics or all the questions I had before I got my chickens. The winter time, most places you don't have to worry about chickens unless you're in Alaska or something. But in the winter time, they be okay. You don't have to get no chicken heater, or you don't have to get no blankets for the chicken, a comforter. The chickens are okay. A chicken's internal temperature is always like around 100 degrees. I think it's between like 100 and 105 if I'm not mistaken. But your chickens will be okay in the winter. And if y'all notice, if people showing videos of the chickens in the wintertime, how they hardly stay still, they keep moving. And you know, that keeps them warm too. But yeah, so the wintertime, don't have to worry about the chicken heater or getting those little heaters. You know, now if you have baby chicks, then you want to probably get a little chicken heater to keep the baby chicks warm, because they can freeze and die. But when they get this size right here, they okay, because like I said, their internal temperature is like between 100 and 105 if I'm not mistaken. So if y'all have any questions, don't hesitate to go in the comment section. I try to reply back to everybody. So if you have any questions, go ahead and shoot me your questions down in the comment section. And I'm gonna end this video showing some footage of when my Isa Browns were little babies. All right, got the chicks out, getting some fresh air since they sleep in there and being there all night, blocked in so they don't get out. And let them out. They over here pecking on ants and little insects. All right. Hey, little chicks. These are the 2 youngest right here. You can tell. These are the 2 youngest. Come on out there with the dirty face, and what have you been doing in there? So this is them. Once I put them back in there and they get to their food, they all climb inside the food bowl and start eating. There's something else. These birds just coming, just jumping on me. Are you serious? What? They're just coming up here, just jumping on me like I'm part of their stoop. You better not poop on me. Let's see how big they got. Look at the feathers. Damn. But they are growing.